Trolls. I used to bite back, but my wife then said, the Rock, who obviously for me is the life of everything. Tequila swilling, weightlifting, action hero, actor. I mean, loosely, 70 mil a year. Everybody loves him. Funny, good looking, and he doesn't reply to trolls. So if the Rock don't do it, maybe I should.
Someone else.
So I gave up.
Slam dunk, are you ready to make me?
What I was really fascinated with as well in the book is how you talked about how you personally sought out a sports psychologist to help you with the looking after your mind whilst playing as well, which I thought was great to actually hear you talking about that. Like you're saying, such a macho sport, as I guess everyone's meant to think, just the theory was always just get on with it. Do you still go with a sports psychologist now, or is it you kind of like move it towards day-to-day stuff?
No, so I always utilise. I've always utilised a sports psychologist and psychologists in general. I think mental health is so important. I think it's a very interesting study I read about the other day. A lot of people people go to doctors and psychologists for depression, right? But actually, only 10% of those people have the chemical imbalance in their brain, which you would classify as depression. A lot of people just have bad days, bad moments, bad times, if it's that, and it's normal. And I think we could all probably do with being a bit more resilient. But I still think harboring these thoughts, and people aren't as resilient as others, and you need to be able to share it. And I think for me, I've never suffered with mental health issues, but I knew that the mind is such a powerful thing, and the mind plays tricks on you all the time. It makes you quit, it makes you give up, it makes you overthink, it makes you worried, it makes you anxious, it makes you doubt yourself. And why would you not look into that to develop it? Why would you not see if you could make yourself better? And then since I retired, I had to reach out to one when I was doing the MMA stuff, because it was demanding a lot of me mentally and emotionally, putting me in a situation where every day I have to go and punch someone in the face, and they were teammates of mine, and it was the constant peaking and how you address that. And then no man is an island, and some days you just need to reach out and speak to someone, get some perspective on it. And what people don't understand is that psychologists and therapists don't fix you. Only you fix yourself. But you have to sometimes find the tools, because you lose your way on how to fix yourself. And a lot of people rely on others to make themselves feel better, but ultimately you have to do the work yourself, and they give you tools to help yourself, help you with the path of self-development and build that mental mindset.
So did you share with any of your teammates that you were speaking to a sports psychologist? Because in your book you say how the locker room can be very harsh in terms of the banter, like very cutthroat. Is that anything you were ever worried about, or just a case of where it was just a case of that's what happens?
I always be very honest and open about all of that. I have good days, I have bad days. This is what I go and do, and I think sometimes it's hard for people to take me seriously because I was so cutting with people. One bad haircut, one bad set of teeth, bad breath, bad hygiene. We're going to be on you. Yeah. I think people didn't want to necessarily open up to me. I had a couple of teammates I discovered subsequently being in the media who were thinking about suicide, who were thinking about this, who'd gone to pretty dark places. One of them was addicted to morphine. And I said, I messaged each of them, said, lads, I'm so sorry I'm so gutted you didn't reach out and talk to me. For me, it's really important to open up and be very honest. And I was shocked that those blokes didn't open up and weren't able to speak to me. And I kind of, coaches struggled with the same thing, understanding how I could be a joker and be very laissez-faire. But then as soon as I went over the whitewash into the training field, were very dedicated. And I've tried to purposely now, actually ask people, are you happy? What's happening? Not, are you, how you doing? Everyone says I'm fine. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Mate, I think you're doing really well on this. And be complimentary. And some people are like, you see them looking at me going, are you taking the piss? I was like, no. I just want you to say, I think you look really good today. I think this is really good. And because we just don't do it. And I'm always the first one to say, listen, if you've got problems, reach out. And also as friends, someone's struggling or you haven't heard from them, just pick up the phone, just check in. But don't take fine for an answer.